from the home they're trying to sell and they work, that they're just, it was making that relationship. So unless somebody just pops up and starts to buy the home, I think I'm going to get the listing.
The race is not to the swift, but she who endures to the end.
The end will make it. Good point, Kelly.
Wait, what quote is that?
Well, you heathen, it's in the Bible.
Oh,
It's biblical and it's slightly twisted because the real quote is, he who endures to the end will be saved. However, Kelly's application,
that's King James only. Come on.
well, sorry, I like modern English, but anyway, the whole point is Kelly's right. It applies, additional ways.
Awesome.
By the way, let me say, Brian, before you get started with what you're doing, for those of you that are using Mailbox Power, I'm going to drop a video in the chat. This is the brand new, and it took me a while, but I did this for corporate. We shot an entire series on the new automation that you guys now have. So in just a minute, guys, I'm going to drop it in chat. It's a 4-video series on your brand new automation, geofarming for sellers, inside your dashboards now, including all the free cards they just made and created for you. So in a minute, I'm going to drop that in there. Make sure you guys get it, because this is like off the chain good stuff.
awesome. Love it.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, today we're going to be talking about something to some of us that's a little bit new, to some of us is a little bit old, but it is all about Premier Turbo Team today. And they are a mortgage company that agents can purchase as a franchise and become member owners of that particular mortgage company or that mortgage franchise. And it gives you the ability to earn revenue off of every buyer referral that you send their way that ends up closing. And we're working out some specific deals with them beyond that to get you guys some additional revenue on more than just the closing, but we'll go ahead and share that once we get everything closed down with them. We still haven't signed paperwork yet, but we've got a contract that we're putting in place so that we can make sure that you guys earn a little bit more money for every single closing, and potentially something for each referral that you guys send on over. So we got some really exciting stuff to cover with that. Now, Premier Turbo, essentially it's kind of similar to EXP in the event that they have a share line. But essentially what you guys are looking at with Premier Turbo is 4 layers of that share line. Where I recommend everybody kind of keep the focus on, if this is something that is kind of in your wheelhouse, and hey, you work with a lot of buyers and you want to go ahead and generate some additional revenue for those buyers, you can see here that your member share for any referral that you send over that you guys close down is actually $500 that would go back into your pocket. I believe at this point in time, they're paying those out quarterly. They did have some messaging that they were going to pay it out monthly, but they ran into some unexpected snags. So the payouts are quarterly, and Kelly and I have been negotiating with them to get those down to 60 days. And I think we're going to get it. So some pretty exciting stuff to share with these. This particular company, or this mortgage company, they work with all of your traditional style mortgages and also some of the non-conventional styles. So they also help clients that if you have to do like a statement loan versus using the taxes, all that kind of stuff, they can help there. Although they are a nightmare to get through and they take a lot of time. And a couple of our agents have experienced that recently. They do take a little bit more time to get through that type of loan, just because we gotta collect less information, and so that bank's going to come back and want particular info on that, so that loan can get done. But a couple things that you guys can take a look at here. There is joinpremierturboteam.com/calculator. And so this would actually give you an idea of how much kind of revenue you could gain. So if you were to do 6 transactions per year, you'd essentially, for yourself on the buy side, you'd be looking at about $3,000 in member share that would come back to you in the form of revenue for being a franchise owner. Now, we can also see that depending on the number of folks that you have in your share line, and this goes down 4 lines, You also have the ability to gain additional funding there. So let's just say everybody went ahead and got 3 people in their share line 1. And then your share line 2, we got 1 person, or that 1 person that did 1 transaction here. Then that 1 person referred 1 person, and we did one total member, 1 transaction per person. And we just kind of did that all the way down the line. It would give you guys the ability to earn about $4,575 in revenue if every single person did a transaction, and that front line all did too. So what Premier Turbo has told us is that their average member does about 5 transactions per year. So the number of transactions, you guys can go ahead and play with this and take a look at this calendar or this calculator, and I'll share the link in the chat for you guys. Just give me one moment. Go ahead and pull the chat up. So there we have the Premier Turbo Team membership or revenue share calendar that you guys can take a look at and see there. So that's all really cool stuff. Now, once you get signed up with Premier Turbo Team, they actually give you a back office, and then you have a member map so that you can see what states you have folks in your share line in. So you can see we have someone in Arizona, and I'm pretty sure she's on this call. That's Sue Steinman. We've also got someone in Illinois, Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, and then New York, which is going to be Merlene, who's also on here. And you guys can just actually go ahead and take a look in here. So one of the cool things with this is that they're going to provide you with a couple of links right off the bat. And so this link would be what you would use to actually refer your leads directly over to your lender. So if you had somebody that was interested in getting that mortgage process started, this would essentially be the form that you guys would send out, and that particular buyer would go ahead and enter in their name, their email, their phone number, the preferred language. If they have a property that they're interested in, they go ahead and fill out the address of the property they want to buy here. If it's to be determined, they can just click that box and it removes those fields that are below. There's going to be a disclosure below that's going to give them some ideas on what costs are going to look like for origination fees of the mortgage, processing fees, then also appraisals and credit reporting fees to go ahead and pull those credit reports. And then there's an acknowledgement that they'd have to check here. And of course, you have to fill out your info before they acknowledge it. Then once they click start your application, what's going to happen is they're going to receive text and emails with the link to a secured portal so that buyer or borrower can go ahead and start their application process and get their application process started. So super cool there, makes things really easy. We're actually working on something with them right now where we can take your buyers that aren't working with a lender and are looking to get pre-approved to buy a house, and we can live transfer them directly over to the LO or the loan originator, the mortgage representative. The turnaround once application has been completed is going to vary based off of each individual client and where they're at. The numbers that we have done a really good job kind of breaking down everything with them. And we wanted to make sure that we had exact numbers. And so one of the things that really caught our attention was that out of 10 leads or 10 referrals that get sent over to Premier Turbo, 6 of those end up getting pre-approved. Now, 3 of those are typically instant, immediate. Within 24 hours, we know we've got a pre-approval on them. The other 3 of that 6 is within a 45-day window for that pre-approval. It's really going to vary based off of each individual client's credit profile and their current situation as far as employment and income, all of those good things. But they have a pretty substantially awesome turnaround. 6 out of 10 leads getting a pre-approval inside of a 40-day window is absolutely awesome. And that's a testament to the fact that they can work with the traditional and non-traditional banking programs for mortgages. So that's some really awesome stuff. Inside of your guys' dashboard, again, we have the link for the back office. If you have an agent that you work with that you feel would benefit from Premier Turbo and that membership, and they would like to earn additional revenue for each one of their buyers that they bring on, you have a link that you can also send out to get somebody signed up. And so this is going to be pre-filled out with your information, your real estate license. And of course, you guys actually don't have to be licensed real estate agents to do this. You can have an LLC or an S Corp, and you can still sign up and use the platform and go ahead and grow a share line through that. But they just enter in their information, check a couple of boxes to agree. There is a $500 fee, and that is going to be going up to $800 very, very soon. So anybody that's interested, I recommend jumping on this. And at this point in time, they do have a 90-day buyback guarantee. This is going to be going down to 30 days very, very soon, you guys. So if anybody has an interest in signing up and starting to earn some additional revenue, this would be the time to do it. So you go ahead and just throw in your credit card information and everything, and you can go ahead and sign up. Now, if you do want to provide somebody with additional information about it before they go ahead and sign up, that's what this top link is for. So this is to send this to other agents to refer them into the platform. And this is going to be a landing page that's going to have a presentation on it. And it's going to give them a good amount of information about what this is. And then there's, of course, obviously some reviews from their clients that have used the platform. It breaks down a lot of the frequently asked questions as well. Now, the cool thing about this is before Premier Turbo, and there's a handful of other companies that are like this, there's never been a way that was RESPA compliant for you to earn revenue from the mortgage transactions until now. And so these guys have taken all the steps to make sure that they fall within the legal bounds, and that they aren't getting you into any trouble or making any violations of RESPA. The key to this is that you are becoming a franchise owner of that mortgage company. And because you are a franchise owner of that mortgage company, you are being paid out revenue from the loans that are being processed and funded through Premier Turbo Mortgage. And that is essentially the way that they get around that. It is in all 50 states, Sarah. So they are valid in all 50 states, and they are a national company, and they're helping agents all over the US. A couple really, really cool things with this, you guys. Being able to earn that revenue is going to help you guys with your marketing budgets and the dollars that you guys are putting towards things like direct mail, right? Marketing you guys are putting towards Facebook and Instagram marketing. If you're doing Google or YouTube, you guys are going to be able to earn that additional revenue that you can then put back into your business and help grow, or you can put it back into your pocket, depending on what you wish to do with those funds. But I highly recommend taking those funds that I recommend treating it as if I recommend treating these funds as if you never got them, and just plug them directly back into your marketing so that you can continue to grow your business. But again, once you get it, it's up to you. Now, inside of your dashboard, you're going to have some key metrics. It's going to show team members that have been added month over month, and it's going to give you a pretty solid breakdown of what you have been doing and how many people you have brought in. You're also going to be able to see your share wallet information. This is updated quarterly. So any transactions that you do or agents that are below you in your network do, you have the ability to get paid out on those transactions. As you can see per the calculator, share line 1, 175, share line 2, 100, share line 3, 50, share line 4, 25. So if you refer an agent into the program and they close a transaction, you have the opportunity to make 175 off of that. It's not the opportunity to, they close it, you earn the revenue. If share line 2 closes the transaction, you earn $100. Share line 3 closes, you earn 50. Share line 4 closes, you earn 25. And so we can see on this side is the what ifs. So you guys can go ahead and kind of play with this. If you're a heavy hitter, you're an agent that has recruited folks to your brokerage, whether that's EXP or Keller Williams or Remax, you've been doing the recruiting. This would be something that would be really advantageous for you to jump onto, because you can recruit in the same fashion and bring people in to Premier Turbo. And if you ever decide to switch brokerages down the road, you actually don't lose any of this revenue share from Premier Turbo. You just keep up with the franchise, and you can continue to earn revenue from that share line that you've created as long as you're a part of it. So a lot of agents in EXP are actually utilizing this right now as a tool to recruit other agents into the platform. You're not supposed to use EXP for any marketing purposes or run any ads to, for positions that are open or for recruiting. But this is a really solid alternative so that you can show agents, hey, let's talk about a share line and growing some revenue off of transactions that you are already doing, and transactions that your team members that you could refer into this are already doing, and how you can gain revenue from those. And then you can easily transition that conversation once you find that somebody's interested in a share line and growing that downline or share line. You can then easily transition that into, well, have you ever thought of EXP or Real or Keller Williams or whichever brokerage you're with? So this would be a really great way for you guys to actually step in and recruit agents into your platform without using your brokerage or breaking any of the rules that may already be out there. Now, you guys are going to see a genealogy tree as you start growing your share line, and you're going to see those folks populate in your genealogy tree. And this is where you guys would earn that revenue from folks that are in your share line. So the transactions that are closed here, you end up getting paid out on. They also have a tree view that kind of just breaks it down in a little bit different way. So it's just right down the line, and then also share line members so that you can see those share line members that are in your platform. And then you can see which level they are on. So we can see that we have one person on our share line 2, and we have 8 people that are on our first share line right now. Your wallet is going to be where the funds are stored when transactions are closed and that payout time comes. At this point in time, they're doing their payouts quarterly, but again, Kelly and I are negotiating with them to get those down to 60 days. And so we're going to get that knocked out for you guys. You can also go in, you can see borrower list. So this is going to be anybody that has submitted loan docs or anything along those lines. You can go in and see loan details. And then you guys can also go in and request specific payouts for closings that have already happened in your share line or from your own closings. Now, again, this payout is quarterly, but I believe if you get with Sam Trantham, you may be able to get it done quicker. You also have the ability to go in and manage your profile so that you guys can update things like your photo, personal information, contact information, banking information, all of those good things. And then we also have some really cool reporting that's in here. So reporting on your share line, they've got reporting on payouts, incomplete signups, those kinds of things. So folks that haven't completed or haven't moved through their sign up process to join, you guys can go back and go after them again to try to get them on board and see if you can start growing from them. Now, they also have a couple of different sections in here that they're adding in. So you can see download materials. We don't have any records that are actually in here, but this dashboard is actually relatively new. So they've been adding in new features and functions into this. And so very soon we're going to have material downloads that we're going to be able to capture. We're going to have news. We're also going to have ability to throw some feedback in there for them. And then there's also a training or a knowledge base so that you guys can jump in. This is primarily a frequently asked questions page with videos that give you guys answers to those questions or those frequently asked questions that are on here. Now, they also give you the ability to speak with their lawyer if you wish to. And so that's where, if you have any questions about whether or not it is RESPA, how is this RESPA compliant? I actually wondered the same thing. And so I hopped on with their attorney and I asked a ton of questions until it all made sense to me. So you guys do have the ability to jump in and speak with their attorney to kind of learn more about how it all works. And then you have a little inbox as well so that you can see all of your info. Then of course there is log out at the bottom. So pretty cool little platform and a great way to help yourself earn some additional revenue and also help other agents that are in your team earn revenue for themselves if you were to bring them into the platform. So I just wanted to make this one super short and sweet because Premier Turbo is a pretty awesome platform. We love the concept of it. and helping our agents earn additional revenue is what we're all about with Leads to ROI and Be Known advertising. And seeing that you're already doing the transaction and already selling that buyer a house, why not see if you can get a piece of the pie off of the mortgage business as well, just so that you can gain a little bit of revenue. So I wanted to open it up after this or just now for some questions and answers in case anyone has any questions on Premier Turbo. You guys can go ahead and raise your hands or just unmute yourself. We'd be more than happy to cover those.
Will the annual price go up since you said it's going up?
That is a great question. I believe that if you're signed up at the $500 level, that they will keep you at that level, but I'm going to have to check with Sam to find out that answer for you. So I don't believe it will, but it might. I want to get a clear answer from them on that. And so I'll find out for you, Sue, and I'll get back to you. And I'm writing that down. Annual fee increase. Have you sent referrals through to them, Sue?
I've had a few. I mean, I only have one so far that's panning out, but well, I told you we changed who I'm working with. So I'm hoping that another one's going to work out as well.
Awesome. If anybody has an interest in Premier Turbo, or if you guys want to check it out, I'm just going to go ahead and drop 2 links in the chat window. And then actually, is Kelly still on today?
And Bryan?
I'm here.
Awesome. Oh, Merlene has a question as well. Go ahead, Merlene.
Yeah, do they also do the lending for investors? Like private lending? Because I have a couple of investors who've been asking me.
That's a great question. I believe they do, but I'm going to need to get with them to get an answer for you.
Okay. Cool.
They have so many programs that they operate within. I'm sure that they do, but I don't 100% know for certain. So I will get with them on that and find out if they work with investors or programs for investors specifically.
Yeah. That'd be great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bryan, I don't know if you saw Nadia's question. If a client isn't approved for some reason, do they give you any advice on what needs to be improved, or they just to get denied?
They absolutely do give advice on what needs to be improved. And they also have a credit repair company that they will refer those leads off to that need assistance in getting their credit on track. And so essentially what that program is for is you get a buyer referred over, credit's not checked out. They will go ahead, have their credit company help clean that credit up. And then once that lead is ready to be mortgageable, it'll come right back into the system. They have a pre-approval. It then goes back to the agent so that you can close that business down and sell the home. And actually, I'm going to give Sam a call really quick and see if I can get him to answer to find out on those 2 questions. Just one moment.
And also,
guys.
we're still doing the special for those that do sign up with Premier Turbo with our ISA package.
I'm sorry, Colin.
I don't know if you're calling me.
Oh, I am calling you. I don't know why.
No, but I was also saying
Here we go.
we're still
He's right next.
doing the discount for people with Premier Turbo in our ISA package.
Yes. 1 second.
Always doing that. What is that's referring to is our normal package price for the
Hang on a
ISA
second,
is
Colin.
500.
I've got Sam on the phone, so I'll find out here in just a second once it comes back on. So I've got 2 questions for him. It's on annual fees and also on programs for investors. I'm on a live right now, and we just went through a brief presentation and covered a couple of things with Premier Turbo. A couple of questions that came up. One was, do we have any specific programs for investors?
We got every specific program for investors that exists. We've got non-QM. We've got programs for investors who don't want to prove their income. We got investment programs for properties where we use the property income, which is called debt service ratio. Yes, the answer is every conceivable program available for investors we have.
Awesome. Can you guys hear that? Okay, made that easy. You are
Yes.
the man,
We
Sam.
have a program for investors who don't want to improve their tax returns. I just had a loan officer out in Arizona talking to me a few minutes ago about an investor coming in to Arizona from California. He's doing a 1031 exchange. He's going to be buying 8 properties, and he doesn't want to prove his income because his income's all syndicated. So he's going to do a debt service ratio on every one of these rental properties he's buying in the Kingsland, Arizona area. You bet we do that. We do it every day.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Now, I did let the cat out of the bag that fees will be increasing for this Bullseye program once we have it all ready to rock and roll. One of our members did have a question if their fees will also be increasing for next year from the 500.
Yes, if they want to participate in Bullseye, absolutely.
Okay.
It's because the revenue share increase, everything increases. You know, they want to make more money, then
It costs a little more money up
it
front.
costs a little more, but they're going to make a lot more.
Perfect. Any other questions, you guys, for that?
So will we still, when the cost increases, will we still get $500 or will we get $800?
What was the question there?
Oh, so it was based off of what the cost increased, the difference in share. So when this all works out, we're going to be getting you guys more for each one of those closings once we have everything signed in, and then I'll cover those. Once we get our contractual agreement signed, I'll go ahead and cover what you guys are going to get going forward from the Bullseye program that we're putting together with Premier Turbo. But it will be more, and you're going to be happy with it.
The reason, let me share this with everybody, please.
Okay.
The reason Bullseye is a lot more costly is because it's laden with a lot more benefits. For example, revenue share goes up $100 per referral. It closes in funds, goes from 500 to 600, and we're paying $20 for every referral. We're also providing nurturing services for your leads that come into Premier Turbo team. With our nurturing platform, is going to turn those leads into pre-approval letters back to you at a 60% conversion rate. That's what Bullseye is going to offer you. A lot more opportunities with a lot more pre-approved buyers to get them under contracts with our mortgage company that supports us, with a lot more products, both on the banking side and on the wholesale lending side as well. We do commercial, we do land loans, we do every kind of loan for every kind of buyer that you want to increase your business with. And those are things that you'll learn when you do your onboarding with us. We're going to open up your ability to sell more real estate.
Absolutely, you will. Well, Sam, I appreciate you. That was looks like that was a couple of questions that we had. I will get back with you here a little bit later today or tomorrow so that we can discuss a little bit more things going forward. But I appreciate you picking up quickly and helping me out while we had those questions.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You bet. Bye. Bye.
Bye now. All right, you guys. So we let the cat out of the bag. So we are going to be essentially what we've negotiated for you guys with Premier Turbo is that for every referral that you guys send over to them, once they're a part of the Bullseye platform, which is the cross-pollination of leads to ROI and Premier Turbo team, they're going to be giving you guys $20 for every referral that you send over to them. That's whether they get approved or not. So $20 for every referral that gets sent their way. There's also going to be a little bit more, which is going to be 600 per closed transaction that you guys can earn. And your first share line, we actually got them up to $200 on that first share line from the 175. So the since Sam went ahead and let you guys know about it while he was just on the phone, why not? I'll tell you what we've negotiated for you. I just personally wanted to kind of wait until we had the deal inked, but we have everything set up so that you guys get $20 per every single referral that you send over. That's going to help you guys drastically with your marketing budgets, so that you can essentially cover some of those costs that you have for generating those leads right out of the gate. And we're also going to get you $100 more for every single deal that you close yourself. So instead of 500, that's 600. And then your front line, your first share line, you guys are going to be generating $200 instead of 175. So we have some massive increases right there in revenue potential for you guys to earn right out of the gate. And the whole thing with this, William, Kelly, and myself have spent a lot of time working with Sam Trantham over at Premier Turbo and his team. We've gotten to know everybody. We've gotten to learn more about their company. We've met with them, probably about 20 hours over the last 2 weeks. You're on mute, William. He's giving thumbs up. He's giving thumbs up. So we've met with them for about 20 hours over the past couple of weeks, and we have really dove into their business so that we can learn as much as humanly possible about them. Shared a lot about ourselves. And our whole focus was making sure that our agents were taken care of. And so that's where Kelly also stepped in to negotiate the time frame for getting a payout to agents. They were on a quarterly basis, and Kelly negotiated a 60-day, and we now have that in writing. We just have to ink this and get it done once our attorneys have gone through all of the paperwork and say we're good to go. So it's pretty exciting.
So can you imagine then the way that their payout is now? For every 10 people that you refer the company to, that they close a deal, that's $2,000 to you, the agent. And for every deal moving forward that you close, that's now $600. So close 5 deals and only get 10 agents closing one deal. That's that's $5,000 a year that you're not getting from your current mortgage company.
Absolutely. That's huge. That's huge. I mean, some agents, that's their entire marketing budget for the year, especially for those that are just getting started. So, I mean, that the big thing with this for us is giving our agents the ability to put more money back into their pockets so that they can invest into the things that they need to grow their business. And that really excites me. I'm also jazzed about the different programs that they have that are available and how they can lend to just about anybody. But when you guys sign up for this, there's a couple of things that you get from the beginning. One of them is actually, and I'm just going to grab some paper over here. Give me 1 second. One of those sheets is going to look like this. It's a certificate that shows your ownership in your franchise. And so you guys will get a franchise ownership certificate, which is pretty cool. Then you also get a marketing support system sheet. It's hard to see with my virtual background. And they even give you a sheet that has all of your lender team on it. So you know exactly who your lender team is and who to reach out to, so that you can have those conversations. And your lender team isn't just a lender. Your lender has several assistants below them, so they can make sure that they can manage and handle all of these transactions. And Premier Turbo just hired 12 new loan originators, and they have the potential. They've got about 20 more people that they're currently interviewing that they're looking to bring on. So they are rapidly expanding and growing. And the mortgage representative or lender that you are assigned to, you can pick up the phone and call them at any time, have conversations with them. Some of our agents are even meeting with that mortgage officer so that they can do things like first-time home buyer videos, and start putting that kind of content out in front of their new clients that are looking to purchase a home. So some really cool things that can help with marketing. Stephen Lessie over there, he's their primary marketing guy. and he used to manage Google AdWords accounts that were anywhere from 1.5 million in annual spend up to $30 million in annual spend. The guy is very brilliant when it comes to marketing, and that's actually a resource that anyone that joins has the ability to reach out and give him a call and say, hey, I'm looking to do some new landing pages, or I want to push or get some different loan options out to folks from Premier Turbo. What can I do? And he'll help build those landing pages. He sent several over to Kelly and has done several for him. I believe Jim Neal has also stepped in and has done that as well. So awesome stuff. So that's what I've got for Premier Turbo. And if you guys don't have any other questions on Premier Turbo, you guys can take it away and we can do some Q&A on anything leads to ROI, being owned advertising, listings to leads, mailbox power.
Hey, William, can I ask you something?
Yes, hello.
Hi. It doesn't have to be now. I can schedule a call with you because I realize some of my leads are not going to leads to ROI. They're going to KV Core, but not to leads to ROI.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them. I just discovered I'm not going there. So it doesn't have to be now. It might be something that have to be researched. I just want to give you a heads up. I need to set up some time with you.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll take a look on the back end. We might not even need to. Maybe there's an issue with Zapier or something. So I'll go in and I'll look, and then I'll take a look and see when the last date was that the leads were coming in, and then we can pull a CSV and pull those into leads to ROI for you.
It was since like March 11 or 12. I may be one, but I ain't was since that time.
Let's actually, you and I'm gonna have some availability tomorrow morning. I'm 3 hours behind you though, so
Yeah.
I could do say 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which would be I believe 11:30 or 12:30 your time. 11:30 your time.
11:30.
It's
Yeah.
11:30. If you're available, William's going to be out of town tomorrow, and so
Okay.
I want to make sure this is something that we take care of sooner than later. So I would like to jump on with you in the morning so we can get that sorted.
Let me take a look at my schedule right now because I need to make sure that I'm good for tomorrow on 11:30. Yes, that'd be perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be good. Yeah, tomorrow, right? Okay.
Absolutely. 8:30 a.m. my time, 11:30 a.m. your time tomorrow.
Do I have to send you a reminder or you have it?
I'll actually throw you in my calendar and it'll have my Zoom link and everything there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. We got to get those leads in the database.
Yeah. I only get FISBOs that keep coming. I'm like, where are those leads? I know they're coming in. And that's when I realized what was going on. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah. Need those leads in the right spot, you know?
Absolutely. Well,
Whatever
it's a lot easier to organize and leads to ROI too.
Yep. Whatever you guys are doing with the leads when it hits the L2I is really amazing because I'm getting a lot of traffic. Yeah. And I just got another listing, William.
You did?
You got another listing? Was it from your direct mail that you're doing?
Yep. 3 of them in this month. That's my third one in this month.
Woo!
Yep.
Good job, Marlene.
I mean, I never got such a result with any system I've ever used. So awesome. I'm loving it every day.
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
Yep. In 1 month, I got three listings.
There
Yep.
we go.
Yeah,
Good.
it's good.
Good. Keep working the program. Keep doing what you do.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Yep, keep working it. It's awesome.
That's powerful right there.
Yes, very powerful. Yes. Thank you guys. I'm done.
Is that primarily from the direct mailings that you're currently doing?
Direct mail that I'm doing, and also all the touches that they get from you guys, because And the guy that I just got said exactly the same as the first one. You've been sending me things, so and I'm ready. So I guess I just call you.
Perfect.
I'm ready, and I guess I just call you, and that's how I got exactly the same word that other guy said to me. Yeah, so it's really good because I do the mailbox power, and I've been sending things out, and then all the touches that they get, yeah, it's working.
Great.
It is working.
And
Yeah.
so was that a custom list that you purchased from Mailbox Power, or?
What happened is my street text that I had, okay, that never got nothing at all out of them. When I moved with you guys, I put them all into a CRM. And
Yeah.
then I've been doing mailbox power with them also.
Got
They
it.
are coming from street text lead that I got. I had nothing with them at all the whole time I was with street text, but I put them with you guys and all the touches I'm doing, and now they getting to know me and they just call. These are people I take from street text. They did Facebook ad and they came in and I didn't have a good follow up with them. And they were coming in. And then once I joined you guys, the follow up is getting better and I get to do the mailbox power for the street text. And now they're getting stuff from me. So, and lo and behold, there they go. Yeah. So the follow up is really good. It's one thing to get the leads, but if you don't have a good follow up, they're not going to go anywhere.
Gotta
Yeah.
have that.
Absolutely. You have to
Yes.
have the sales system behind the lead generation
Yes.
to make sure that you're converting those leads and getting them over. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's basically all that's happening. Because you've been on my KV call for the longest time coming through from the street text ads. Yeah. And now there you go. In 1 month, I got 3.
That kind of makes me think of this client that I had while I was at Zillow, and it was when we were selling the "What's My Home Worth" ads, and folks were filling out their home information. Some of the data on that was absolutely crazy because Zillow tracked every single one of those leads from the time they entered their info until the time they listed their home. And out of 10 leads, it was 6 of those folks ended up listing inside of 1 year. So 6 out of 10 of those leads that inquired looking for what their home value was listed within 1 year. One of my agents, when I covered that with him, he said, you know what, I'm going to take a much different approach with these guys. Instead of just calling them and sending them text messages, he said, you know what, I'm going to go and show up at their house and I'm going to deliver them a gift basket. So he would do this where he would show up between 5 and 7 in the evening, where it's a pretty good opportunity that those folks are going to be home at that time. And he would come in and deliver a gift basket, knock on the door, shake their hands, get to know them, just let them know, hey, I saw that you'd inquired. I'm just going to leave this with you. And he wouldn't push for anything at that point in time, but he just let them know, hey, I'm an agent. I'd love to help you sell your home if that time comes. And he ended up winning a ton of listings doing that. So you sending out those direct mailers and consistently following up with texts, emails, and phone calls, that's going to give you a solid leg up on your competition because most agents aren't doing it, and you're going to win more listings because of it. What I'd love to see is more FSBO mailers in the mix as well. If we can start pushing those out there. I know you can't call them in New York.
Yeah.
When do we have any time frame on when that's going to be lifted?
I don't know. The last email that I saw from EXP to the New York broker's site, it was still the same. Meanwhile, everything else about the pandemic is being lifted. Everything else is being lifted, but that. So I don't know when. I'll double check again. That was like probably 2 weeks ago. There was an email that was sent to the New York brokers, and we copied on those, and it was still the same because people keep asking.
Apparently, New York State thinks that you can catch COVID over the phone.
And everything else is being lifted. Mask mandate is lifted. All, even vaccination mandate, they're talking about lifting that up. And it's like, and when are you going to lift up this? No cold calling. I don't know. Yeah. So hopefully it will be soon. I'm hoping it'll be soon as everything else is going forward. Yeah. So it'll be great if I can just pick up a phone and call them, but I do mailers for them, but so far, nothing yet, but I do mailers. I'm on my 3rd mailers with the FSBOs.
Awesome.
I'm on
Good job.
my 3rd mailers with them. Yeah, so I figured they will eventually. And I'll try the voice drop. I don't know if that's gonna put me in trouble, but I was thinking to try to do the voicemail drop.
I wouldn't in New York. I
Yeah.
really wouldn't. I don't
Actually,
want you to get in trouble, especially when they have some a mandate against cold calling. If you are leaving a voicemail, somebody's going to say, "Hey, this person called me," and
Yeah.
even worse, if they realize that it is a voicemail drop, they may say, "Hey, you know, this is a robo dialer," and I don't know what the rules are in New York around those, but
I wait until
I don't want you to get in any trouble, Marlene.
Yeah.
I think you should hold off on it.
Yeah. I still do my mailers. I'm on my third mailers with them, so eventually somebody will respond to me, and at that point I can talk to them. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, have you started looking into potentially geo farming any specific neighborhoods and
Actually,
sending
I
those directly out to
just
them?
bought 3 different geo from Mailbox Power. One is renters. I did do the renters like Kelly had gone over one time. I got that, and I didn't do nothing with them yet, but I did put the list from Mailbox Power. And then 2 of the nearby neighborhood that I wanted to farm from before, I was able to do it. So I just have to budget myself to do mailers for them also. Yeah.
Absolutely. Go close these 3 listings and then take 30% of each one of those,
Yeah.
put them back into your business and generate your marketing budget from that.
Yes.
So-
Yes.
And
So
of course, that's after your split your fees to the broker. That's after you put some money away for taxes.
Yes. I can do that. Yeah. So that's the goal, to use some of that money to reinvest and do more marketing at that point. Yeah.
Absolutely. Then go win more listings.
Yeah. And with more listing. Yep. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm loving it. It's really good. Good response as far as I'm concerned. Better than I ever experienced since I've been doing this with other companies. Yep. So
Thank you.
I just want to put it
I
out.
appreciate it. I'm glad to see your success.
Yes. Love you guys.
Now it looks like we've got a couple of new people on here. Isis, I don't know if I've seen Ms. Alameda on here before. Does anyone have any questions that's on the call? Maybe first time coming on or first time on the live training. You guys would like to chat or maybe learn a little bit more about us or tell us a little bit about yourself. Anyone? I guess not. So if we don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap this up for today. On Tuesday, we're going to have a pretty big training. We are starting a sequence or a series where it's going to be KV Core and Leads to ROI side by side. We're going to show you guys how to do certain things inside of KV Core and how you can do them the exact same thing inside of Leads to ROI. And of course, a lot of these things that we're showing you guys how to do in KV Core, like voicemail drops and those kinds of things, they do have a higher cost that come with them because KV Core kind of sells those as one-off services that you can add into your platform. With Leads to ROI, it's all inclusive. So you guys get all of these tools and resources through your Leads to ROI without any additional costs. So we are super excited to go ahead and share with you guys all of the awesome tricks and tips that we have inside of the 2 platforms for you guys. So look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday. Marlene, I will see you in the morning. Everybody have